Alright, this is a review of DoomWar, the Marvel comic book event. It's a 6-issue mini event that was done back in May of 2010. May 26th it came out. And it's written by Jonathan Mayberry, who's worked on the Wolfman movie, and is penciled by Scott Eaton, and is inked by Andy Lanning and Robert Campanella. Now, this event, I just want to say right off the bat, this is how you do an event. This event does not cross over into other books. It's well contained, it's well drawn, and it's well written. You can tell that the writers and the artists put a great deal of effort into thinking this story out before actually writing it. They got the characters down, they got the Wakanda nation down, and they pretty much did everything they needed to make this event really well thought out and really well written, and it's something that's easily accessible to comic book fans and non-comic book readers. Now, throughout this event, Dr. Doom wants to take over Wakanda. Now, his reason for taking over Wakanda is he wants vibranium. Now, vibranium is a very powerful weapon in the Marvel Universe, and Wakanda has a good chunk of vibranium. There have been other characters who have had vibranium in the Marvel Universe, but the Wakandas have proved that they have a good chunk of it. Now, vibranium is what Captain America's shield is made out of, and vibranium is a much more powerful weapon, even more powerful than adamantium, which is what Wolverine's claws is made out of. Now, throughout this event, it's very political, but the thing I like the most about this book is that it doesn't feel the need to oversaturate you with politics. While it does have politics in the book, it finds a way to somehow balance the politics and the other things that's going on in the Marvel Universe. Now, throughout the Wakanda nation has been pretty much taken over. Their government has been taken over by the Detsuri. The Detsuri, they have a different way of running Wakanda than T'Challa did. Their very meaning of the word Detsuri, if I'm not mistaken, means to it means something like a new utopia, and they want to rule in a different way. Now, the Detsuri is also working in a way with Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom has found a way to take over Wakanda, which has never been conquered in the Marvel Universe. This is a very pivotal point. This is a very powerful statement to say that this nation has never been conquered in the Marvel Universe. Now, this event also involves other characters such as the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and Deadpool. Now, throughout this event, these characters play a pivotal role. They're not oversaturated. They don't focus too much on the characters. They play a very good part. And again, Jonathan Mayberry finds a way to balance these characters in the story so that they work well with the Wakanda nation. Dr. Doom brings up some very good points in this book with the way the world is being ruled by now. He brings up one of the things Dr. Doom has to do in order to get vibranium is he has to undergo a test of purity, and when he has to meet the great Panther Spirit, which pretty much wants to analyze Dr. Doom in a way to see what he wants with the vibranium and how he's going to use it. And Dr. Doom pretty much opens his entire soul to this great creature. He tells the creature that what I've done, yes, I've killed people, I've murdered people, but that's nothing compared to what humanity has done to itself. And Dr. Doom brings us some very good points. He says, all I've done is for peace. I've always wanted mankind to be at peace, but the only way to do it is through threat and force. And the Great Panther looks deep into Dr. Doom's soul and heart. And it says that Dr. Doom, yes, is a monster. He's done some terrible things. But it lets Dr. Doom have this vibranium. So Dr. Doom indeed passes the test, proving that Dr. Doom is indeed one of the greatest Marvel villains and one of the greatest comic book villains ever conceived. Dr. Doom truly believes in his mind that the only way to bring about peace to mankind is to have him rule the world. Now, throughout the event, Dr. Doom does some terrible things. He murders T'Challa's uncle, and he was willing to kill Storm and pretty much the entire Wakanda nation in order to get vibranium. But Wakanda, T'Challa brings up some very good points to counter Dr. Doom. He says that while the Wakanda nation has pretty much been too prideful, they put too much pride in that, you know, they'd never been conquered and things of that nature. And Dr. Doom gets a very good ultimatum from T'Challa's sister, Shuri, who is the princess of Wakanda. She pretty much tells Dr. Doom that if he ever comes back to Wakanda again, that she is going to murder him. And during this event, Dr. Doom considered T'Challa his equal for many years, and Reed Richards. And Reed Richards and T'Challa are working together. They're using magic and they're using science to counter Dr. Doom's ultimate attack. And throughout this event, we get to see that T'Challa is very desperate. He doesn't want his people to die, and he has to come up with a way so that his people can survive and Dr. Doom won't murder them. And his sister is also very aggressive. His sister is more aggressive than he is. She feels that the only way to stop Dr. Doom is indeed to murder him. And throughout this event, you get to see a very well-woven story, and the way the story ends is perfect. Like I said, Shuri gives Dr. Doom a great ultimatum, and so does T'Challa. Dr. Doom tells T'Challa that you've really done nothing to help the world. All you've done is shed blood, and my cause is much more noble than yours. And it's very, very thoughtful. T'Challa takes this to heart, and he says, Dr. Doom, you're right. I've done some very bad things in my past, and my country has suffered because of it. But he tells Dr. Doom, I'll never become what you are, a monster. And ultimately, by the end of this event, vibranium is destroyed. There is no more vibranium in the Marvel Universe, at least not in Wakanda. And Dr. Doom says, you're crazy. You pretty much just put your whole country, your whole entire nation at risk without vibranium. And T'Challa says, no, our nation is going to learn, we're going to adapt, and we're going to survive like we've always done. And I thought that was a great speech to Dr. Doom, and showing that Dr. Doom's way of thinking, while he had good intentions in mind, his way of thinking was wrong. So I give this event a 5 out of 5. It was well written, it was well drawn, and I think this is the way to do an event. This is how you do politics and superhero comic books. And I think even if you don't like superhero comics, you will appreciate this book for the political standpoints and the different things that are brought up within this book. So if you haven't read DoomWar, I highly recommend picking it up. It is a fantastic read. And I also want to give props again to Jonathan Mayberry for really thinking this story through and giving us a great Marvel comic book mini event. And with that being said, I'm going to end this review. You all take it easy. Please pick up this book. It is fantastic. DoomWar, written by Jonathan Mayberry again, and drawn by Scott Eaton. And let me just say that the artwork works well with the story. It doesn't look rushed. It doesn't look sloppy. It looks like the artist really took time in drawing these characters of the Marvel Universe. And with that, Bloody days, gory nights. This is Zip Like Bloody, and I am out.